Hey, what's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is my Helicon Collection. Helicon, I don't really know how to say it. They're a psych rock band from, I think from Scotland. Could be wrong. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. Oh, Glasgow, which is what? I don't know. Sweden, I think. But yeah, they started in 2008. They had like a shit ton of EPs, which are only on their Bandcamp, and I just realized that the other day. I've never even listened to them. I mean, they're short. I don't even think the majority of them were ever released on like physical format. But I started following this band when they released their 2017 release called Zero Fucks. It's a 3-song instrumental on a 10-inch, and it's very good. Again, it's instrumental, but all the songs are very catchy, great bass lines. It's solid stuff. It's not like, the most amazing thing I've ever heard, but it's good. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. And then in 2000, and I think I'm sorry, Zero Fucks was released in 2019. 2017, they released their first full-length album, which is self-titled. I had to get this on Discogs because it was sold out on Fuzz Club. But yeah, this is a great, great album. I think it's a colored vinyl too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It has like their old logo too and everything. Yeah, I love this album. There's an incredible amount of good songs on here. From Devil on Your Tongue, which is a very energetic opener. It even gets like a little heavy at some at some parts, which is I guess kind of was a flash in the pan for them, because they're not a really heavy band, but they do make some really beautiful, catchy, and just psyched out psych rock. Yeah, so that's a great song. Seraph is one of their older songs. I know they had that on like one of their earlier EPs. Beautiful song. Love the sitar in it. They incorporate a lot of sitar on this album, and that's fine. I dig it as long as it's tastefully done and not like annoying in your face. Like the main focus is the sitar, which a lot of psych, especially like instrumental psych bands, tend to do, and it gets kind of annoying. But the bold yin is great. I love how meditative that is, and the latter half is just bursts into this groovy psychedelic part. Teenage Murder is awesome. Love the vocals in that. Whatever the effects are he uses are super catchy. French as Fuck is awesome. More catchiness. His vocals in this album are so good. And then just the musicianship in general. It's just, everything's just very, very well written. It's just a very, very pleasant listen. There's really no low points that I can think of. I mean, there's some instrumentals like I think like Drinking of You or Valmiki is good, not amazing, but still, this is like about as solid as you can get for modern psychedelic rock, in my opinion. I would give this a 9 out of 10. It's a very, very good album. So then after that, 2019 is when they released that Zero Fucks EP I already talked about. And then they released, in 2020, the stupid pandemic year, they released This Can Only Lead Us to Chaos. I think I had to get this on Discogs too, because I know it's sold out pretty quickly on Fuzz Club. This made my year-end list. This album is absolutely amazing. Yellow vinyl, pretty cool. Again, so many good songs, so many memorable riffs, bass lines. Sound of Confession is a great instrumental opener. Pure Filth, his vocals are so good on that. It really showcases his vocal talents. Sun Also Rises is a beautiful sitar-driven song. In the End is a great, moody, very well-written song. Bardo Thodol is fucking awesome. I love the rhythm guitar underneath everything. It keeps everything really interesting and groovy. With Graceful Menace, it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's basically just one build up to this just amazing keyboard melody. What You Love Will Kill You is a great song. I love the weird timing on that, especially with the drums. And again, the vocals are great. Then the last song, Cosmic John, is it's weird. It's just one of those things where like they take riffs, or they play riffs and then they just make everything like go backwards, kind of like how you would like the Led Zeppelin thing where you hear like Satan is in my shed, like they make the music backward. I don't know what the fucking terminology is, but I'm you know what I mean. No, it's a fucking excellent album. It's just as good, if not probably better than the first album. I'd give this easily a 9 out of 10. Maybe even a 9.5 out of 10. Again, there's really no low points in this. And then after that, they released a really cool EP. They never physically released it, but Frequency. It's 3 songs. The title track, Frequency, the guitar in that song is absolutely amazing, so infectious. And then the second song, Cosby Pills and Hash, is a fun one, to say the least. Then they have a couple live Fuzz Club sessions, which are cool. And then last year, they released God Intentions, which I pre-ordered, and yeah. So I kind of mixed feelings about this album. First of all, I'll say it's not quite as good. This one's gold, pretty cool. It's not quite as good as the first 2, but it is, like, credit where credit's due. A lot of these songs are just masterfully written. But then there's some that, like, so for example, the single on here, Flume, when I first heard that, I was kind of, like, underwhelmed. Like, it didn't immediately grab me. The vocals are kind of, like, not the greatest thing. Not that they're, like, bad or out of tune or anything, but I just feel like they're not nearly as catchy or memorable as anything off the first 2 albums. But then Chateau H, which is the 3rd song, the bass line in that is one of the most unique and infectious bass lines I've heard in a long, long time. That song fucking kills. Heliconia is a great song. I love the latter half of that song. It's just basically just like a psychedelic freak out. It's fucking awesome. Again, excellent like bass lines and grooves and everything. Disobey is pretty cool. I think that's just an instrumental. Zen Roller is just like kind of a goofy song. It's kind of like a fun song. It's not like super memorable though, in my opinion. And then you have like God Intentions, which is a pretty good song. It's a very like whimsical, like kind of like romantic song, I guess you'd say. It reminds me of like romanticism in like Paris or something, because the song after that, especially Last Tango in Glasgow, I'm not a huge fan of. It's very like melodramatic, and again, it's a very, very well written. This is why I kind of have like a conflict of interest with this album, because a lot of this album, maybe not a lot of it, but they do have like orchestral type shit in here, which is new for them, and everything, objectively speaking, is masterfully written, and the production is insane. And it's just, some of it's just not really for me, like especially like I said, Last Tango in Glasgow, it's kind of like skippable. I don't know, but it is a very beautiful song, I will say. It's just I'm not really ever in the mood for it, and that goes with God Intentions too. And then like just some of these instrumentals just kind of like Dark Matters, like I don't know, passable. Tay the Moon is another instrumental. That one's a really cool psychedelic track. It's like almost 9 minutes. I love the latter half of it. But again, the first half is just kind of like, I don't want to say predictable, but it is in a sense. Like, again, it didn't really like blow my socks off. And then the final song is only like 30 seconds. It's an instrumental closer. It's a good album. Not nearly as good as the first 2, but yeah, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10 on a good day. There are a lot of really good high points in here, but some of it just kind of like for example, like Zen Rollers, like, yeah, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I love Helicon. They're an excellent band. Fuzz Club always signs fucking awesome bands, and even if they're not my thing, I can appreciate what they're going for. So yeah, excellent band. Check them out if you haven't. Helicon from Glasgow. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.